We begin with the global markets. In Asia, Chinese stocks closed mixed on Tuesday, with the benchmark Shanghai Composite Index down 0.14%. Hong Kong stocks went down 0.31%. In Japan, Tokyo stocks closed higher Tuesday, with the benchmark Nikkei index hitting a 22-month high as solid gains on Wall Street bolstered sentiment here, and a weaker yen against the US dollar added support and lifted exporters. The 225-issue Nikkei stock average gained 0.81%. The US dollar increased against other major currencies on Monday as investors digested the latest remarks from a key Federal Reserve official. Gold futures on the COMEX division at the New York Mercantile Exchange went down on Monday amid the rally of both the US dollar and stocks. Turning to agriculture futures, here's Jack Scoville in Chicago with the latest.
Hi, it's been a mixed day in the grain markets with soybeans and wheat trading higher on the day, led by wheat, and also rice trading significantly higher on the day, but corn really trading a little bit lower on the day. The reason for the corn sell-off seems to be as much market-related as anything else. The Commitment of Traders report on Friday showed that the funds and other large speculators had covered an outstanding percentage of their short positions through a week ago Tuesday, and that caused the market to really be more interested in selling. It gave ideas that there was more speculative selling room to the downside to really test what could go on. Soybeans have traded a little bit higher most of the day, really nothing too terribly exciting going on with that market. The export inspections report today significantly lower, but really kind of expected by the trade. And the crop conditions for the soybeans appear to be pretty good right now. So ideas are that we're still in position to have a very good crop of soybeans. It's really the corn market where there are concerns, and significant and valid concerns about the weather in the first part of the growing season. The wheat market finding support not only from the tough conditions in the Great Plains and the northern Great Plains, but also in Europe, where eastern half of Europe, Poland, Germany, Ukraine especially, very, very dry right now. And seeing some hot temperatures, and ideas are that yields could be significantly affected. Western Europe is also dry, but not quite to extent as these other three countries. Overall, the market's still acting pretty good. Even with the break in the corn market, it's still holding above some important support levels. So it looks like we could find some buying showing up later on, especially if the crop condition progress report gives any cause for concern. Thanks very much. This is Jack Scoville. I'm Vice President of Price Futures Group here on the CME Group floor with some comments for the markets today.
Appreciate it, and we'll keep you updated on the daily agriculture futures. The EU and Britain met for their first round of formal talks on Monday over the UK's exit from the organization. Speaking after, EU chief negotiator Michel Barnier said it's possible for the two sides to strike a Brexit deal, which is far better than no deal.
Standing alongside his British counterpart David Davis, after the first day of talk, Barnier said the two have agreed on the priorities and timetable for Brexit negotiations. The next round is scheduled for July 17th, when the two sides will discuss the key issues of Britain's divorce from the bloc. Barnier said they wanted to agree on the main principles of the key challenges of the UK's withdrawal as soon as possible, and reassure nationals left unsure of their futures.
We must first tackle the uncertainties caused by Brexit. First for citizens, but also for the beneficiaries of the EU policies, and for the impact on borders, in particular Ireland.
Any deal would have to be ratified unanimously by the other 27 EU countries. Barnier said the aim is to make sufficient progress before talks move on to what the EU's future relationship with Britain will be, including what or any trade deal. Echoing Barnier, British Brexit Minister David Davis applauded the very productive discussions.
There's more that unites us than that divides us. So while there will undoubtedly be challenging times ahead of us, in the negotiations, we will do all that we can to ensure that we deliver a deal that works in the best interests of all citizens. To that end, we're starting this negotiation in a positive and constructive tone.
Davis said British Prime Minister Theresa May will update European leaders about how Britain will protect citizen rights at the EU summit later this week. The talks in Brussels come nearly 1 year after Britain voted to leave the bloc by a narrow margin of 52 to 48 last June. In 2016, the UK contributed about $14 billion to the EU, around a seventh of the EU's total budget. And the UK is home to around 3 million EU nationals, about 5% of the UK population.
As the BRICS foreign ministers meeting concludes in Beijing, Chinese President Xi Jinping says the cooperation is on course to be more productive and will usher in a new golden decade.
The meeting draws together delegations from Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa for a meeting of the so-called BRICS. On Monday, Xi urged the countries to embrace the win-win spirit and jointly contribute to the development of the organization. At the second BRICS finance ministers and central bank governors meeting, the 5 countries agreed to push the development of the BRICS New Development Bank, ensuring it plays an important role in BRICS cooperation. In the past decade, their share in the global economy has increased from 12% to 23%, and together they have 40% of the world's population. Since it started operating in 2016, the bank has approved $1.5 billion of assistance for projects in green and renewable energy and transport.
The Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation, or APEC, has pledged to promote sustainable tourism and a more interconnected Asia-Pacific. Over 2,000 participants are expected to convene in China's coastal city Dalian for the Summer Davos Forum next week. Economy Report went for a sneak preview.
The pledge was made at a high-level policy dialogue on sustainable tourism in Hanoi. In a statement on Monday, APEC members said they strongly support the principles and actions to promote sustainable tourism. Last year, travel and tourism directly contributed $1.3 trillion to APEC's gross domestic product and made up 6.1% of the region's exports. It is estimated that for every 10% increase in holidaymakers, APEC economies see their exports rise 1.2% and their imports rise 0.8%. At the dialogue, Vietnam also announced a visa waiver program for the 12 countries.
A UN report shows that foreign investment continues to flow into North Africa. The rise is boosted by a strong year for Egypt, who alone took more than half the investments.
According to UNCTAD's World Investment Report 2017, flows into North Africa rose by 11% to hit $14.5 billion between 2015 and 2016. The increase is said to be driven by foreign investment reforms and new gas discoveries. Much of the growth went to Egypt, where inflows increased by 17% to $8.1 billion. This makes Egypt fourth most attractive African destinations for investors after Angola, Nigeria, and South Africa. Helping boost inflows is Egypt's participation in China's Belt and Road Initiative. The two countries are undertaking a number of cooperative projects, including the establishment of an economic area in the Suez Canal zone and investments in large infrastructure projects. The news will come as welcome relief to Egypt, who has been suffering an economic recession over the past few years. To help, Egypt has pinned its hope on an economic reform program and massive tax incentives to foreign investors.
Senior finance officials from China and Brazil agreed to step up cooperation in fiscal and financial areas.
Finance officials from both countries met in Shanghai on Sunday ahead of the second BRICS finance ministers and central bank governors meeting. The meeting was co-chaired by Xi Yaobing, Vice Finance Minister of China, and his Brazilian counterpart Marcelo Estival. The two exchanged views and reached agreement on a range of issues including macroeconomic policy, structural reform policy, cooperation under G20 and BRICS frameworks, taxation policy, and financial and investment cooperation. Xi said China was willing to work together with Brazil to improve global governance and seek more potential on two-way investment. Marcelo said the two sides had a lot of potential for more cooperation.
A leading Chinese company has been contracted to build a track route on a Bangladeshi railway. The new route is expected to increase the railway's capacity nearly fourfold.
China's Power Construction Corporation signed a construction contract with the Bangladeshi government on Monday in capital Dhaka. The Bangladeshi government gave the go-ahead to propose rail link from Dhaka to Nari-Engaj district, some 20 kilometers away from the capital in 2015. Construction is scheduled to be completed by 2019. The total project cost is to be met by the Bangladeshi government. After the track is completed, Bangladesh Railway will be able to transport an additional 100,000 passengers on the route every day. Currently, it accommodates only 23,000 commuters. 76 trains will then run on the route every day, a huge increase from the current 32.
Turning now to some company news. Boeing on Monday announced the launch of the 737 MAX 10 as the newest member of the 737 MAX family. It is called the lowest seat mile cost of any single-aisle airplane ever produced.
Design changes for the 737 MAX 10 include a fuselage stretch of 66 inches, an expanded capacity to carry up to 230 passengers. Like other 737 MAX models, the latest model incorporates the latest technology engines, advanced technology windlass, large flight deck displays, and other improvements to deliver efficiency, reliability, and passenger comfort in a single-aisle market. Carmaker Jaguar Land Rover has teamed up with virtual brand Gorillas to find 5,000 staff to enhance its expertise in autonomous and electric technology. The firm says it will use a two-stage recruitment challenge to be found on the Gorillas mixed reality app as an innovative recruitment tool. The first part involves virtually assembling the Jaguar I-Pace concept. Even before Amazon said it was buying Whole Foods, the grocery industry was scrambling to adapt to changing habits. Now the deal will likely quicken those efforts. Amazon's planned $13.7 billion acquisition of the organic and natural food grocer signals that people will opt more for the convenience of online orders and delivery or indoor pickup, putting even more pressure on the already competitive industry. Though online orders are estimated to account for just 1 to 2% of grocery sales, the figure is expected to grow. It's not yet clear what specific changes are in store at either Amazon or Whole Foods, since the two companies are saying little about their plans.
China's leading medical equipment producer, Newsoft Medical Systems, has launched a new industrial park in northeast China. When finished in 2022, the park is expected to have an annual output value of more than $4 billion.
The inauguration of this industrial park will provide a top-class producing facility and environment for our company. It will benefit our innovation and producibility and level.
Newsoft Medical becomes one of the largest investors in the new Liaoning Free Trade Zone since it was established in April. China launched the zone in a bid to revitalize the area from its traditional base of heavy industry towards a more diverse range of exporters. 181 companies received their business licenses on the first day.
Technology is changing the world we live in. From driverless vehicles to supercomputers able to replicate a human's ability to answer questions, many have witnessed the achievement accomplished by robotic technologies. Today, Economy reporters show you the development of robotic technology and how it affects human lives.
Robotic technology development started in the 1950s, and today, this technology has been applied in various industries. The Spanish Center for Scientific Investigation, or CSIC, is playing a key role in a major international project, which is developing robots to make the process of clearing mines both faster and safer. The prototype has robotic arms in its front and a metal detector in its rear. It can scan the area and send a message to its base about the possible location of the mines.
As it has 6 legs, the robot can then carry on walking. If there is a mine, it can jump over it and continue with its work. It can move at around 0.3 meters a second.
The robotic technology is also widely applied in the area of medical treatment. Intuitive Surgical, an American company majoring in robotic-assisted minimally invasive surgery, and Fosun Pharma, a healthcare group in Shanghai, have announced a joint venture to research, develop, and manufacture innovative robotic-assisted catheter-based medical devices. The Da Vinci surgical system features a 3D HD vision system for clear and magnified view inside patient's body. The instruments bend and rotate far greater than a human wrist. The surgeon controls the robot, which translates his or her hand movements into smaller, more precise movements of tiny instruments inside the patient's body. It allows surgeons to perform complex and routine procedures through a few small openings, similar to traditional laparoscopy. Bionic robotics is the application of biological methods and systems found in nature to the study and the design of robots. Shanghai University in East China has unveiled a slew of bionic robots. They include Amoeba, which tries to model on an amoeba, a type of cell on an organism that has the ability to alter its shape. X-Dog, a small and low-cost quadruped robot, can walk, jump, and run. It may resist impact while keeping balance. Trafball 1 and Trafball 2 are rolling balls with legs inside. The balls can stick out their legs to climb stairs or overcome barriers. There are also ProGo, MiniQuad 5, and Crawler. The study group of Shanghai University seeks to make robots move like animals. At the 2016 World Robot Conference, or WRC, in Beijing, a mature, skilled, human-like robot attracted great attention.
佳佳你好，你有男朋友吗？
你好，这个真没有。
佳佳你好，你会算数吗？1加1等于几？
这位先生，您笑起来的样子真好看。我会算一些简单的算术题。这个问题都不会的话，我不如拿块豆腐撞死。结果是2啊，很2的2啊。
This beautiful girl in traditional Chinese clothes have become a highlight. She's an intelligent robot named Jia, who looks very much like a real woman. The eye-catching robot was developed by a robot research and development team at the University of Science and Technology of China, or USTC, in Hefei capital of East China's Anhui province. It took the team 3 years to research and develop this new generation interactive robot, which can speak, show micro-expressions, move its lips, and move its body.
We selected dozens of girls in our university and finally chose 5 of them to form the facial model of Jia. Her skin is made of biomimetic materials, very close to human being. She even has blood vessel on her arms.
你知道北京的天气吗？
这个问题我要思考一下。北京天气阴，气温是7摄氏度至15摄氏度，东北风3至4级。
Compared with previous interactive robots, Jiajia's eyeballs roll naturally, and his speech is in sync with his lip movements, in addition to her human-like form.
When asking for weather, Jia has to search on the internet, which costs a certain time. It's a little bit difficult for her, so she said she has to think for a while. As a robot, she has a certain facial system. So when she is thinking, she has a certain facial expression.
According to the International Federation of Robotics, China became the world's biggest market for industrial robots in 2013, surpassing Japan. But for every 10,000 employees, there are only 36 robots in China, compared with 478 in South Korea, 292 in Germany, and 164 in the United States in 2014. Amid surging labor costs, the Robotics Federation estimates that China will likely to usher in more than one-third of industrial robots installed worldwide in 2018, more than doubling over the next 2 years, from 262,900 currently to 614,200. Long-term commitments to core technologies and closer ties with artificial intelligence firms are needed to make robots more intelligent and flexible. Zhao Jie, a mechanic professor at Harbin Institute of Technology, said China's robot industry is growing rapidly, but is still bottlenecked by domestic robot makers' lack of competence to mass-produce reliable key robot parts. Independent design and development ability is still weak, and some industries are plagued with overcapacity. In 2015, China unveiled the Made in China 2025 blueprint, which aims to improve manufacturing and shift the country away from low-end manufacturing to more value-added production. Analysts hope that the blueprint will improve the technological capabilities of Chinese industries.
专业的团队，丰厚的经验。
Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to the Lake Cook Law Group.
投资理财、法律咨询，芝加哥专业律师团队为您的梦想提供最安全的保障。
Hi, this is Little Chinese Channel. 小小中文 Lesson 26. In this lesson, we will be learning these 6 Chinese characters. What's this? Sure. What happens if we put a horizontal stroke and a slanted stroke? And this is 牛 means cow. 牛肉 means beef. 奶牛 means cow. These 2 characters have 牛 in them. If we take 牛 and make this not poke out anymore, this is 午 means noon. 中午 means noon. 下午 is the afternoon. Next, we'll be learning a new root character. What's this? Yeah means moon. 月亮 means moon. Take 月 and put a horizontal stroke and a downstroke to the left on top. And make this downstroke to the left a vertical stroke to make 有 means to have. 我有 means I have. Turn 有 back into 月 and put a vertical stroke through the middle, and this is 用 means to use. 使用 means to use. So if we take 用 and put 2 strokes like this, it is 脚 means horn. 牛角 is an ox horn. Okay, it's time to write. Remember when you're writing to follow the stroke sequence. 牛 五 月 有 用 脚 Bye-bye, the lesson is done.